Welcome to my favorite episode of the year because it is our last episode that we're actually recording in 2021 and it will be released early in 2022. These are our howling favorites, our 3 favorite movies of 2021. I'm Rob Basercha.
I'm Devin Shepard.
And I'm David B. Jacobs.
And we are Cadaver Dogs. What's up, dudes? How's it going today?
It is the end of the year. I feel good. I don't know. 2022 is right around the corner and I'm terrified. I don't know about you guys.
I've actually been banished from my apartment for a time being because my roommate has COVID. So that's why I might sound reverby because I'm in a room in my mom's house and she promised she would be quiet. So
dude. At least you don't have COVID. Man, I was out of commission for like 10 days. That was actually the worst.
Yeah, that really sucks. And, at least you're not like, your punishment isn't darkness, like in one of the movies.
So, guys, you should, basically what we're saying is that you should all get your booster shots.
Yes.
It's the normal vaccine is no longer good enough. You need your booster shot.
Even that, actually, still, at least you'll be less sick. My boyfriend has the booster, and I did not yet qualify, and I was literally on the couch for 10 days, and he was like, "Oh, I have a slight headache, but I'm fine now." So
wow.
go get your booster shot.
You could be like my coworker and just claim evangelical, not even get vaccinated.
Oh, fuck off! You're kidding.
No, that's what my coworkers do. My other coworker is claiming Rastafarian because she's from Jamaica.
I'm pretty sure I'm sure that there's nothing in the Bible that says that you cannot get vaccinated against COVID-19.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I'm sure there's something about being killed by bears or whatever, so like that might translate. Do you guys know that story of like the old dude and he gets mad at these 40 kids because they make fun of him, so 2 bears come and kill them all?
Is that in the Bible?
Yeah, I think they're making fun of him for being bald or something.
Are their names Leonardo and DiCaprio?
I thought it was 40 hogs, wild hogs.
No.
Feral hogs.
That's why you need an AR-15. No, that's a real thing. I watched something on that. Wild hogs are very dangerous.
That's so 2020,
that was
man.
Like a meme. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing though. Wild hogs are a menace. There's way too many of them. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go last because I'm hosting today.
No. I'm going to go last because I'm still deciding on what my number 3 is.
Oh, you guys are horrid. I decided mine like months ago.
Oh my God.
How did you do it months ago?
Months ago? Jeez.
Have you not seen any new movies in the past few months? Or they just didn't make your list?
I just decided them the other day, actually.
Okay.
Tangentials aside, Devin Shepard's going to give us her number 3 movie of this year.
Well, first, before I give my number 3, one more shout out for 2022. There's a new thing that we can be doing that very, very much supports the podcast. Spotify is now allowing ratings. Super easy. Just go to our Spotify profile page. If you don't know how to find us, just click our little icon. Or if you're listening to the episode right now, there's 3 dots in the corner in the upper right. Just click those. Click go to the podcast. And right on our page, you can click the little star icon and just give us 5 stars right there.
They're going out of 5 stars, not 4 bones. So just so you don't get confused, 5 is the max, not 4.
I know you have 4 bones for us in your heart. And in your heart, we're going above the waistline here. But it's 5 stars on Spotify.
Hashtag 4 bones and 5 stars.
4 bones and 5 stars.
Okay, so please follow us on social media. We're Cadaver Dogs Pod at Instagram, Facebook. We're going to have a YouTube set up real soon. And then you can email us at cadaverdogspodcast@gmail.com. Oh, I shouldn't forget Twitter.
And one last bit of good news to super motivate you guys. We actually finished off 2021 very well and just passed 5,000 downloads.
Woo! Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Damn.
Let's go for 10,000 more in 2022.
On it. Let's go.
Very good. So I guess I'm getting a new year off early because I've had a few beers. Anyway, I am super interested in what Devin Shepard's number 3 pick is.
All right, starting us off with a number 3. So don't get mad at me. My number 3, can I just say it's the whole trilogy of Fear Street? It's the whole trilogy of Fear Street.
Oh,
is my number
really?
3
I did
pick.
not expect that at
Oh
all.
my God, yeah. I mean, like, if I had to pick one of them, I would say the third, probably just because it ties all the stories together. If we're talking about in order, and I know this is a little bit of cheating, but 312, but literally the whole trilogy, I would say was just like
I
one.
thought the last time I spoke to you, you had only just watched the first one and you didn't like it, I thought.
No, I liked it. I liked it. I
Okay,
thought it was so
cool.
much fun. I thought it was so much fun. The whole series was so much fun. And then by the time that they started like revealing what it was all about and started getting to the allegory, which was like, yeah, it's an overplayed allegory a little bit, but I think it was very, very fresh, very new. Loved the throwback. So many references to so many horror movies. It was just a fun time. I just had so much fun watching it. The kills
Rob,
were
did you-
great.
I have to confess, I haven't watched Fear Street yet, which is so bad because I've met R.L. Stein. In fact, I've had lunch with R.L. Stein, and he's an incredibly nice guy. He's so cool. He told me that he has a giant model of a cockroach in his study,
That's
in his
disgusting.
office.
That's disgusting.
And his wife thinks it's disgusting,
Yeah,
which is
that's
so
gross.
cool. I know. I almost broke his Slappy doll, which is the real Slappy doll from the show. It was on display, and we were doing like a short film, and he was in it, and it was up on display, and I bumped into it, and the thing fell like from a top shelf and clattered all over the ground. I was like, "Oh shit!" While I was setting a light or something, and yeah, he like gave me a look like he wasn't that happy, and then he looked at it, and it was fine. He didn't care at all.
Or he
was just
cursed
over
you
it.
for forever, and you are forever cursed. And we're never going to reach 10,000 downloads in 2022 because you almost broke Slappy.
No, but then he sat next to me at lunch and talked to me for an hour, so I think we're okay. I think I'm cool with R.L. Stein.
I don't know, David.
That's
What do you
awesome.
think? Is Rob cursed?
I mean,
Cursed with good looks.
the thing is that I feel like Rob being cursed and Rob being not cursed, that's not really much of a difference.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Fear Street, I wasn't that crazy about the first one, but I feel like it is a series that really grows into itself. That the second one is by far my favorite. 1978 is fucking
Oh, really?
amazing. Oh yeah, easily. By far, not even close.
Huh. Wait, did I get mine confused? Maybe I got mine confused. Whatever. I'm still just counting the entire trilogy as one.
Okay. It
Pick,
goes
so
94,
that's fine.
then 78 is the cool slasher one, and then 66 is the witches.
Maybe, maybe I didn't like 3 as much. And 78 had great music. It had incredible music.
Yeah. And 78 I thought had the best characters as well.
I
It
like
is really
music
fun. Very.
and characters.
What was that?
I said I like music and characters. I haven't seen the show. I didn't know
There you
that.
go. It's classic. It is classic slasher. It's really fantastic. And the
I think I'm
director.
gonna watch it. I don't know why I haven't.
Oh shoot! The director.
Lee
it's-
Janiak?
Yeah, that sounds right. She. I think she's like somewhere in Europe. But her first movie. Have you guys seen it? Honeymoon.
Maybe.
It-
I saw
it was,
something with a
No.
title like that, and I'm still not sure if that's the movie that everyone talks about or not.
It's the
Um,
movie with Rose Leslie, I think, from Game of Thrones, and then I forget who the guy is, but it's like a sci-fi horror about 2 newlyweds in the woods. So
It's just
good.
the two of them, right?
Yeah, it's just the 2 of them.
Yeah, I did see it. I
So
didn't
well
like
done. Oh, I loved it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, Robs, what's
Alright.
your number 3?
My number 3. I'm really going back and forth on this one because I have to throw an honorable mention out to Old because I really liked
Oh.
Old,
No!
and I thought Old was such a
Awesome.
cool one. But Old is an honorable mention. It's not my number 3.
Oh, thank God.
My number 3 is the Deep House, mostly for novelty because it's just fucking cool to have an underwater haunted house movie. Given all the underwater stuff was fucking amazing. was fantastic. It was so cool. It played on all the fears I had of being stuck underwater. And when they're going in this house, I'm like, that's a bad idea. You might get stuck. And then what do you think happens? But I will say the ghost stuff wasn't that great, and it got very expository at the end, but the closing shots were really friggin' cool, and it's just an awesome movie, and it's such a cool idea, and I hope someone rips it off and does it better soon.
So in case any of our listeners haven't heard of it, what is the idea?
I said it's an underwater haunted house. Two YouTubers swim underwater to do a YouTube channel thing. You know, I can relate as a content media creator, like the two of you. They go underwater in France to a house that has been flooded like 50 or 60, no, it can't be that long, probably like 30 or 40 years in the past. The area was flooded and stuck under a lake. So the house is at the bottom of a lake. So they scuba dive down with their drone and their cameras, go to check out the haunted house. Pretty cool.
So weird.
Cool.
Maybe when we start our YouTube, we should start doing that. Going underwater, going to exotic haunted places.
I always wanted to go scuba diving, and I've gone in like a pool and in like shallow water. So if you guys want to do scuba classes, I'm down.
Yeah, bro, let's go do it.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
I can't bring my wife. She starts drowning in swimming pools.
When I was a kid, I could not be removed from the water. I would just be in the water all the time.
I love water, man.
Yeah, when I love swimming. Not as much anymore because I have really bad eczema.
I have seen that like picture of a sign deep underwater, like by a cave, and it like is a Grim Reaper holding it, and it's like X number of people have disappeared in this cave. Don't swim in here, you'll die probably. Because you swim in the cave, you get lost, you run out of oxygen, you die. That's scary to me. But if I went scuba diving, I probably wouldn't go kerplunking. Is that what it's called? Like, while I'm going scuba diving for the first time. I wouldn't go kerplunking for the first time also.
And also, it just reminds me of The Descent, which terrified me for years. So
I love that movie.
So good.
I saw that in theaters with my late grandma, and that was like the best.
Oh my God. Bless
The
your
Descent
grandma.
is amazing.
Great movie. So, David, now it's actually your turn. What's your number 3?
I've been going back and forth on this one so much. Like always, my 1 and 2 are just like this and this. But my number 3... So, I was hoping one of you guys would say one of them so that I could make it easy, but I'm going to go with Slapface.
Oh, wow. I worked on the short film that was used as the sizzler to promote Slapface.
I know!
Yeah.
I love it.
So Rob and I actually met on a set directed by Jeremiah Kipp, who also directed Slapface, and we actually had him on the podcast earlier in the year. He was on our first Cadaver Trivia. Let that sink in for a moment. And he won. He beat both of you. He knows way more about horror than the two of you guys combined.
I held back.
Well, combined actually makes it easier on you, Devin, because Rob was in the negatives.
Rob did not play that so great.
Hey, that's not fair. I looked back and I realized that The Fall of the House of Usher didn't have Vincent Price, but I found the Facebook post that said he was. Wait, yeah, he does. No, not Vincent Price. It was Bela Lugosi, right?
This is why you lost.
It was Bela Lugosi, and I read that, and it was wrong. I thought we did Vincent Price. Never mind.
You'll have your chance to redeem yourself in a couple weeks.
I don't want to. I don't want to redeem myself. I might do worse.
But Slapface, for those who don't know, it's about this little kid. He lives with his older brother, and it's kind of a weird relationship. Like, the opening scene of the movie is that they're playing a game where they both have to slap each other as hard as they can. And the older brother is going into it. The little kid, he's not as strong, and it's kind of weird. And they use this game to connect, but you're also is this abusive? I'm not sure. And it rides this uncomfortable territory as the kid winds up finding some strange monster that lives in the woods who everyone's afraid of, and he befriends this monster. And it's fascinating, and I really, really dug it. I'm not just saying this because I know Jeremiah. I fucking love this movie. It's excellent. And I think they're getting it released soon.
Yeah, at the time of this recording, either they have just announced it, so go check out the Slapface Instagram for that announcement, but you will be able to watch it.
Yes.
That's cool.
somewhere on streaming.
Yeah.
To be clear, when I'm talking about 2021, some movies are going to tread a weird territory where it's like, it's 2021 release? Is this a 2022 release? There's some that I would consider 2020, like The Night House. I saw that 2 years ago, so that's like not even in consideration for me. If you want to know the other movie that I was deciding between, then it'll wind up in the honorable mentions on social media in a few days. For now, Devin, what's your number 2 pick?
All right, my number 2. This was really hard to choose between my top 2. And I don't want to hear any shit about this. You saw it a few years ago. But my number 2 is actually The Night House.
Oh, okay.
Wow. All right, tell me. So it's good. I want to see this movie. I haven't gotten around to it.
It's good. It is devastating. Like, it is such a good depiction, I think, of grief and depression, and not just like one or the other, but both of them together. And I thought it did a really, really great job of just like being haunted by your life and your death. And it was hard. It was definitely hard to watch just because of that. Not in any bad way. It was just like, emotionally heavy. There was one jump scare that got me super good. And otherwise, I was just terrified like the entire time. And Rebecca Hall is an incredible treasure, and I love her so much. And we'll watch.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, I did a whole movie with Rebecca Hall that she directed, Passing. Yeah, she's a super awesome person. So I'm glad to see a movie that she was in on your list.
Yeah.
Oh, David, did you like it?
I did. I don't remember it super well because it was so long ago.
Okay.
I feel like I liked it except for the ending. I think I remember. I think I didn't like the ending.
That makes sense.
Ah.
It does get a little like metaphysical theory, a little sci-fi that isn't explained too well, but I think they do a good job of just like not diving into it too much and letting it be.
Yeah, I don't remember why I didn't like the ending. I just remembered I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
It might be a good place. So my number 2, I had just as much trouble with my number 3. I'm going to go with Wrong Turn. I really liked Wrong Turn, and there's a scene towards the end of the movie that is so fucking scary and so fucked up. And they're walking through a cave, and it's just absolutely despicable and horrifying. In the beginning, like, there was some blood and guts, and I was like, oh, and then, like, they didn't show one scene. I was like, fucking holding back. I was like, yeah, they're holding back for later. They weren't just holding back in general. That's the kind of horror movie I want, where shit happens, shit's fucked up, it's crazy. And it's the kind of remake that's my favorite, because it took the idea of the original, the same premise, and changed it to the extreme. So
is it
more
a full-blown
or less,
remake, or is it more of a reboot?
I don't know. I guess it's a reboot because it's the same setup, which honestly is the same setup as Texas Chainsaw or The Hills Have Eyes, whatever. Yeah. But it's the same movie for the first half. Then it takes a left turn and goes in a very, very different direction.
You mean a wrong turn?
The wrong turn, yeah.
There you go. I'm going to make a movie called Right Turn, where a guy gets laid a lot.
Oh my god.
And then you make that one, and I'll make Left Turn, where I don't know. We'll find out. It's just whatever's left.
The guy doesn't get laid a lot. Spoiler alert.
I guess that's what's left.
I will keep going forward.
I haven't seen any of the Wrong Turn movies.
Really?
Should I?
Wow. I remember I really liked the first one a lot. It was actually, I think, better than the remake of The Hills Have Eyes, if memory serves. And this one was good. I thought it was very good, actually. I liked it more than The Deep House, apparently. And I liked The Deep House.
Apparently. Every time you say Wrong Turn, I think of Rubber.
Really?
Did you guys see that movie, Rubber?
Rubber?
Yeah.
Why?
I've seen Rubber.
I don't
love
know.
Rubber.
Maybe the poster's in my mind and it looks like the Wrong Turn poster.
When are we going to cover Rubber?
Yeah, we should do Rubber.
We can do Rubber.
Rubber and
if
Killer
you want.
Sofa.
We could do that, or we could do Skinned Deep.
Rubber had actually some pretty deep themes in it, I think I remember. Deep, but maybe also just kind of pretentious and is not as deep as it thinks it is. One of those.
Ooh.
I really liked Rubber a lot. I remember it being cool and super fucking meta.
It's super fucking meta. I think it's too meta, but I like movies that try. So there you go.
It definitely does its thing.
Yeah. But anyway, if you haven't seen Wrong Turn, I would say watch the original, and then I would say watch the remake. it's very similar, but it definitely has its own nuances to the point where it does feel like a very different movie. And I appreciate that a lot. I don't like just straight remakes.
So my fingers are crossed. I'm hoping that we all have the same number 1.
No.
We don't?
Say your number 2.
So my number 2, Devin, I'm sorry. Malignant.
Really?
Definitely
I saw that
Malignant.
going.
Malignant's fucking amazing.
I'm going to watch Malignant now. I
Well,
can't
you
believe I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen...
it
No, because
Oh,
you
man.
said it was so bad.
And
David
then I said it was so good.
Then my wife watched it without me, so I didn't watch it.
Oh, ow, that hurts.
She watches everything without me. I could like last night in Soho. I want to see that. She watched that without me. In fact, I just watched Wrong Turn. I'm like, you already see it. I'm like, forget it. I'm gonna watch it with you in the room. The only reason why she saw Old with me is because I was there.
All right, so why Malignant, David?
Because it's fucking bonkers and ridiculous and completely absurd and nonsensical and brilliant. And it just fucking goes for it. For those who haven't seen it, I can't tell you anything about the plot. Like, I just can't tell you anything. You might figure out everything that's going on, but I can't tell you anything. You just have to watch the movie and figure it out. Because also part of the fun is trying to figure out what kind of movie you're watching. You're like, is this a slasher? Is this possession? Is this some haunting thing? What genre are we in?
It's all over the place.
It
has
completely
an
ridiculous.
amazing fight scene. The one fight scene near the end, absolutely incredible and great choreography.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when they do the Matrix 5, they should hire the choreography from Malignant because whoever they had sucked. Like, those were the worst fight scenes I've seen in a long time.
That's so sad.
And I'm like, this is a fucking Matrix movie. You're supposed to explain a bunch of stupid, nonsensical shit to me, then have a cool fight scene.
Is it that hard?
In fact, it was just nonsensical shit, bad fight scene, and bad recasts. Bad movie. But, Devin, why did you hate Malignant so much?
Because it didn't know what it was. It didn't know. It knows
exactly what it is. What are you talking about?
No, it was trash. And the acting is trash, but and it just felt like James Wan just throwing money, but not trash in a good way.
No, it was trash
just,
in a good way.
Here's a bunch of money. Here
but
you
it's
go.
not like it's
I'm
not so bad
what
it's good. It's not so bad it's good because it knows exactly what it's doing and it does that.
I don't know.
I mean,
So
James
bad
Wan
it's
has talked
bad.
about the way James Wan described this movie, which is so perfect. He said when he was a kid, he would go to the Blockbuster, which existed back then, and he would go
back then. It existed when we were kids.
Yeah, I know.
It's not that old.
And he walked through the Blockbuster to the back of the store because that's where they kept the horror stuff that he likes. And then he walked past all of that and went to the back shelf where all of the complete trash B movies were. And then he reached to the back of the back shelf, pulled something out, said that's a cool cover, and put it in.
Okay, but
And that's
you
what he
don't
made
go
Malignant to
about
me.
making those kinds of movies with as much money as he had. That's not how you do it. He's like, it's
But
no.
I love that he did.
No.
I think that's kind of cool, actually. I want to watch Malignant.
Because it's way more money than any of those movies that he's emulating, which makes it so unique and interesting and unlike anything else. And I mean, this is him taking everything he's done his entire career. He's like, oh, now I've got to do, he had to do a low budget Saw movie, which is still probably his best movie, but that's beside the point. And he did that because he had to do whatever he had without any money. Then Insidious, he's like, okay, now I need something that's going to appeal to everyone. The Conjuring, okay, now I need to do something where we make the Warrens look good for some reason. And then he's doing Aquaman. He's like, okay, now I need to appease the producers at DC. And then Malignant, they're like, okay, do whatever you want. He says, I get to do whatever I want now.
and that's always my issue is I hate when people say do whatever you want because there's no oversight. And then if you don't give boundaries or parameters or just restrictions, then creativity can go wherever. I feel like you really get some amazing creative outcomes when you give it some parameters, when you give it some boundaries, when you give it some restrictions.
That's why Saw is excellent.
That's why Saw is excellent. And that's why every single auteur movie on Netflix sucks.
I just want to say that I only like Saw 3. Saw sucks.
Saw 3 is the worst Saw movie.
Rob, how do you
Saw
like
3
Saw?
is the worst Saw movie.
Because it had such a fucking foreseeable ending. Like, you can't, in a mystery, if you can guess the ending in the first 5 minutes, it's a bad movie.
I guess
But
the
it's a
ending of
gore.
Oxygen in the first 5 minutes, and I still liked it.
I didn't see Oxygen. My wife watched that without me, too. It looked kind of neat, but, like, I don't know. I gotta be in the mood for a movie that's, like, the whole movie's like this.
You're gonna have to watch some stuff without your wife.
Yeah, really.
It's all right. I'm going. Yeah. You know, David, I hope we don't all have the same number one.
We don't.
We won't. Devin's is something else.
You guys might.
I hope the two of us do.
But I'm kind of afraid they're going to be. To start us off with our number one pick of 2021. This includes weird festival timelines and festival timelines going on now that might be not out until next year, but actually showed 2020, but we watched them this year. It's 2021, sort of. This is Devin Shepard's number one movie of the year.
Gotta go with Saint Maud. I have to do it.
Wow.
It has everything that I love in one movie. Just everything. And I really enjoyed the fuck out of it. Like, it's so hard for a movie to, like, capture my attention nowadays, especially when I'm doing nothing but sitting in front of the computer for 24/7. And I didn't pause or walk away once. And I'm going to say that is my bare minimum for a good movie right now.
I enjoyed the fuck out of Saint Maud, too. And I'm glad you mentioned it, because I just like talking about this movie. But you know what? It wasn't my favorite movie of the year, but I am so excited to see her second movie that she makes now.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, it's such a good feature debut. The acting's killer. It was just so pretty. It was so pretty. And it's just very much my aesthetic. And yeah, it's just a very me movie.
It's such a tight movie. So tight.
It is.
I was going to say that I think it's a strange bare minimum that you don't pause it, because I have to pause most things because I just need to go to the bathroom. Like, I don't know. I think it's a weird idea to judge a movie based on whether or not you go to the bathroom while you're watching it.
Well, you go pee a lot, I guess. I don't know.
I do, because I drink the appropriate amount of water. In the time I've been recording this, I finished my water.
I drink the appropriate amount of water.
Well, honestly, I liked my number one pick so much I pissed my pants.
Perfect.
Oh, crap. Okay,
Yeah,
what's
okay,
your number
that's a
one?
pretty
What is
good-
it?
All right, the movie that made me piss my pants this year
Oh, my God.
has to be Titan.
Yes!
What a fucking insane
That's
movie.
very similar to my number one pick, which is Titan.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
off.
shut up.
Oh, fuck off.
Shut up. I had a feeling.
Correction. I told David how to pronounce that word. So
Titan.
Yeah.
It's tight. It's Titan.
It's Titan.
Yeah, shut up. I
Titan.
don't care.
Titan.
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 Titan. Well, that's how they say it in France. They don't want me to make fun of them.
It's
Try
a
to
French
say it
word.
Properly.
It's a French
Yeah, but they don't
fucking
want me to
word.
say it properly and ruin their accent. I'm going to say
If they
Titan.
didn't want you to say it properly, they would have named the movie Titanium.
Well, why don't we just translate the title to Titanium?
I don't know.
I don't think it means...
Titan.
Does it mean titanium? I'm not sure if it does.
Yeah,
Yes.
it actually does. It does,
Yes.
yeah.
But because
Yeah.
she's talked about it as meaning Titan.
Yeah,
she's,
sort of.
Yeah,
well,
she's
that,
talked about...
that would make sense why they don't translate it then.
Yeah.
I think
it's a
that's
double entendre.
Well, I think,
Yeah.
isn't that like a root Latin word for titans or something? And then titanium comes from that. So it's all
Probably.
kind of interrelated. Probably. But anyway, she fucks a car and has a car baby.
Yeah, that's the plot of the movie. That's the actual plot of the actual movie.
Yep, that's it.
Well, that's like one of the plots.
Yeah, it's a
There's
little
like-
more complicated than that.
There's like 3 plots. There's
But-
like car fucking. There's like
Don't give anything away,
and then-
though. What
oh yeah.
I want to say is that, like, despite this being the plot, you go in, you're thinking, like, okay, this is going to be some crazy roller coaster like Rubber. But it's actually not. It's actually, like, a very soft and intimate film. It's really surprising. I wasn't expecting it to be as emotional as it is. It's very slow. It takes its time. It's more of a slow burn. And it has some
yeah,
of the
I don't agree.
freakiest body horror.
Oh,
yeah, I would not call this a slow burn at all.
Okay.
I would say that it's emotional. I wouldn't say it's soft either. Because honestly, within the first like 25 minutes of this movie, so much shit happened. Like extreme shit. There's shit happening like the whole time. It's very emotional. It draws you in. It deals with like a lot of different problems with characters and stuff, and it's gender bending, so it's very like of the age. You could even say it's like new age, new wave. It's a little bit woke.
Oscar
Fucking
snubbed.
incredible. Oscar snubbed, yeah. Which we all knew was going to happen because the Oscars don't like good movies. They don't like movies that challenge them. They don't want to be challenged.
Yeah, the Oscars can't have a girl fucking a car in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. The Oscars what is this? They don't want to
like
think
Crash.
about it after it's ended. They want to have the movie come to a conclusion and they completely understand what they just watched. That's what they want.
Yeah,
and,
unfortunately.
And they snubbed The Good Crash. Remember The Good Crash?
I never saw The Good Crash.
David Cronenberg's. Yeah, where they don't fuck cars, but they fuck each other because of cars.
Cool.
Car
There you
crashes.
go.
I've heard it compared to that a bunch, but I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, no, it's better. It's a way better. It's way, way better than the Cronenberg Crash.
Titanus?
Way better.
Cool.
Yeah. The Cronenberg Crash is like, it's weird, but Titan is actually a good movie, I think. And it's so good that like I watched with my wife and she really liked it too. And she's like, that was fucking weird. What are we watching? And there was so much cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely consider it a horror movie because I feel like it deals with like almost every fear of like being a French woman or a French firefighter. It's the kind of two weird things to compare.
It was the most French movie I had ever seen.
It is the most French movie I've ever seen. That is a very... I think I'm the one who told you that, so...
No, I said that to you too. We were both
No,
like,
I said that to you.
I said it to you.
It definitely was Devin told David, and
Okay.
David said to me, Devin said it's the most French movie she's ever seen. So here's a good place for us to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being our listeners for all of 2021. And I hope you people of 2022 go backwards in time and listen to our podcast to hear if you agree, maybe disagree. Maybe you hate everything we said and you're going to howl and bark at us and snarl your teeth and say the Cadaver Dogs are fucking stupid. But that's it for 2021. Those are our favorite movies, and we'll see you next time.
And watch Titan, and watch Malignant, and watch the Night House, and Saint Maud, and then listen to the episode that we just did on Saint Maud.
And Slapface,
Yeah.
which will be out soon.
Yeah, and the Deep House. You can find our honorable mentions for this year at Cadaver Dogs Pod at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or you can email us at cadaverdogspodcast@gmail.com to send us your requests for films we review and talk about, or hate mail if you so choose, or just love letters. We all like those too. Goodbye, everyone.
Guys,
Happy New Year.
thank you so much for pressuring me into doing this podcast with you.
You're welcome.
Happy New Year, listeners.
Have a happy, gory new year, everybody.